my grandfather told me he was going to come back as a birch tree. And where this family lives, he planted 17 birch trees before he died. So just that connection, you know what I mean? And I didn't know that because she said, do you know where they live? I said, no, just in Woodstock. And she goes, no, my goodness, my dad planted that. So things like that have happened. And in Madawaska Maliseet First Nation, the Chief Bernard was having a family reunion of the Bernards, and I was asked to do a ceremony. At that time, her grandson was just born, probably about 9 years ago. Anyways, she said, would you give a name for my grandson? So I said, geez, yeah, okay. So there was a sacred fire. So I gave him the name Aguidnos. Aguidnos means the young boy who carries canoe teachings, but specifically birch bark canoe teachings. And I said, the responsibility for this baby will be to always talk about how beautiful and ecologically safe birch bark canoes were. So a couple years ago, the community invited me to come and do a blessing of their first canoe that they had made. And I'd forgotten about giving that baby a name right. Not until I went to the museum or their city center where the minister of culture was there as well. And the chief was there and everything. And so as I'm blessing the canoe with my cedar and water, I'm going, oh yeah, I remember Aguidnos, a little boy. So I went to one of the community members. I said, there's a little boy I named here years ago, Aguidnos. Oh yeah, I know, I'll go get Aguidnos. They still call him that, but they forgot what it meant. So they went to go get him, and I said, do you know, because you accepted that spirit name 9 years ago, that it has manifested because you carried that spirit name. And today, your community has a real canoe that they made. So when I announced it to the minister in my opening, and I said, this is the power of spirit names. This young man carried it because he didn't want to be pointed out. I said, but there's a young man, you know, among us who was gifted this name, and today it's a celebration and honor to his spirit name because today this community has made their first birch bark. So when the minister spoke after me, she told the community, I'm amazed by your culture. So they funded another project for them to make a second one. You know what I mean? So see what I mean about how strong spirit names are? So I've been doing that, yeah. So I've been naming, I have to put them all together because what then the community does, they'll put the baby's name, spirit name in a plaque, and then for me, it should be in the health center because for me, that's healing. You know, it's a preventative, not just a reaction to, you know, somebody being sick. It's showing the community there's people in your community that have spirit names and stuff, and so that's the power of it. So that's the aspect of doing those ceremonies. So that's birth. Because the baby isn't walking, that baby, like you know how when we do baptisms in the church, the priest will anoint the oil at the top of the head, I think on the third eye, and then I think on the hands to be workers. I bless the feet because the baby's not walking yet, and so I say, may you walk, may you find the role model, the elder, the teacher, the friend, you know, the partner that you're going to walk with and will guide you in the best earth walk that you could hope for. And so I bless the baby's feet, you know, and stuff. And then when the baby is ready to walk, traditionally we would have all these babies, we'd have contests to see who stands up the longest, you know what I mean, and who sits down first, and we'd give little prizes, and we'd bring moose meat and fry bread and those kind of things, you know what I mean. But we would do that. But the idea for those children are to teach them how to be generous to their community. So everybody donates something. And so every baby that we watch, then the uncle or the aunt or will go to the basket and have the baby pick one thing to give to somebody outside of their family to teach them about generosity, because you have to be generous to your community. So that's just from a baby learning how to walk, and stuff, or even standing for the first time on their own. Then we have little contests where they actually, come on, come on, come on, come on, so it's an exciting time to do. So that's, so because of that, that's their youth, that's the summer season, and then when we go to, there'll be a ceremony done for puberty before they become adults, and when they become adults, then their responsibility is to take care of their physical, meaning not to abuse their body with, over imbibing, not to abuse their body with things that aren't healthy for them, not to abuse their body that their heart is so sick, to eat right, to everything, because their body houses their spirit. Therefore, they have to be mature enough. That's why we do puberty ceremonies. We teach them about maturity. Maturity isn't just you're of age, you can do this. Maturity is now that you're of age to drink, you have to be responsible.